Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. And in the last episode we created our rear section here. We did quite a lot. I think we worked all the way up and around the roof as well, so it appears to me that all we actually need to work on in terms of smoothing is this section, which is going to be a pain. It's always this section on supercars which is a pain, because this is where all of the main curves and largest sections are. So I think what we'll do first is we'll have a look at extruding everything in. So what we'll do is we'll maybe isolate, we'll maybe bring this and this with it. Now let me do the roof as well. So what we're going to want to do is use the same kind of tactics we have in the past in terms of extruding in. So we're going to go in on some angles and then in another direction on others. We don't want to do any of those edges. So it looks like we've actually already got a little bit of an extrusion in there, so we won't want to do any of those. So that'll be fine. So we'll grab each of these here and we'll go all the way up and around the arch. And I think what we'll do is we'll maybe do those two. We'll do these ones for sure. So all of these here we're going to hit Control E, and all of these ones are going to be going in on the X-axis here. Now the first thing that we're going to want to do is grab this one here and bring it down there. So we can merge that. Got the rest of that going in there quite nicely. We're also going to want to grab this one and bring it over here. Can merge that one too. Now we may want to grab these and just bring them down a little bit to kind of reflect that line in there, so that'll be fine. What we'll want to do is grab all of these ones now. Oops. All of these along here, and we'll hit Control E. And we'll bring these in this time on the Z axis. And the two that we have here and here, we can merge them and then just move them about, shuffle them a little bit just so they fit, and they're curving a little bit nicer around those edges there. We can also at this point grab the areas around the lights. Now I think these are fairly indented, so we can bring that in a fair bit there. What we'll want to do now is grab each of these remaining points. Hit Control E on these, and we'll simply just bring these down. Okay. So start from the top here, Control V and snap. It's all looking good. And then these two here can meet in the middle. That's not looking too bad. Pull that down just up there. And then these two here can also meet in the middle. Oops. So that's looking pretty good all around there. So what we'll want to do now is bevel all these edges here. Now what we want to consider is we didn't actually bevel this edge all the way along here. So we'll kind of want to bevel everything but that edge. Hopefully looking out quite nice. Grab all of these here. So take all of those edges, we'll ignore the ones at the bottom. Grab all of these. Okay, so we'll grab all of these here. And let's maybe bring in everything else. And we'll bevel these edges. 0.6 looks good. So we'll go back 0.5 and we'll hit 2 segments inside there. And I want to insert an edge loop to reflect what we did here. So we'll make sure this is unsmoothed. Let's just kind of see. Okay. So firstly, we'll want to drag down and around here. And we'll want to do the same over here. Since we didn't bevel this final edge. So it looks like I'm going to need to drop this at the top here. And there. So bring those around there. And there. Now we're also going to want to insert a loop here, as we have everywhere else, and around the outside of this arch. We'll want one to run maybe all the way along there. Let's just see. Okay, so we're looking fairly good all around the wheel down here. We're looking pretty good all the way along there. So we'll want to insert a few more edge loops. One up here. So our door there is matching quite nice. All this section up here is matching okay just for now. Everything else is looking pretty good. So I think what we'll do is we'll work our way up the car. So we need to reflect the additional mesh that we've added. So we added a line inside here. But we actually, on the other edge, we actually merged the line here up here. Okay, so see that defined line there has followed on quite nice. This arch section here is looking pretty good as well. So it looks like on this door we also wanted to get a little bit of definition along here. So it looks like we're going to want to insert an edge loop on all of these parts. So we'll maybe want this to come down here. It's not looking too good down there. See if we drop one here. Okay, what we'll do is we'll maybe see, because we do have it catching reflections already, so we'll maybe see about that. So it doesn't look too defined on the car, but it does look defined enough. So let's see. Continue working around here. So we're looking pretty good so far. What we'll want to do is we'll want to bevel around this light, and it's quite a larger bevel than usual, so we'll hit the bevel here. It's 0.6. Maybe drop a few additional segments inside there. Yep, that's looking good. Perfect. We also want to have some definition down here. So it looks like we've got issues inside here with the bevel, so let's quickly sort this. Yeah, that's better. So it looks like along here we need some additional definition, and we want this to actually run down and around a little bit further. So we actually want this here to come down and around here. So what we actually want here is an edge loop that runs up along here and down here. So we've got a semi-defined edge that runs around and up there. Looks like we also want So we also want a little bit of definition along here, so that all kind of corresponds with this additional line in this section, which we don't actually want going down and around here. So let's go again. Let's insert an edge loop down here, but let's have it stop there. So I'll have that. I'll have that. And that. So we've got that little definition up there, got the definition up there, definition up here, and the definition around here, but not there, which is perfect. So what we'll want to do is okay, so we've got a little bit of a pinch there. Now let's actually delete these here and this. So we can see that we've actually got a little bit of a windscreen wash wipe, headlight wash wipe thing here. So let's grab this and this. So what we'll actually do is we'll delete this edge and then we will merge it to here and here. Get rid of any additional vertices inside there. Okay. So we've got a little bit of a pinch there, but we'll be having our wash wipe inside here. We have this additional edge which we added in for maintaining this. So let's have a look at removing that now. I think what we'll do is we'll grab all of these corner points here and we'll just move them down like so. Maybe do the same here, so they align nicer without us having to compromise. So we've got that nice line going along there, which is good. Okay, so we're happy with that, which goes down and around all the back section here, which is perfect. Let's have a look up here now. So, if I remember correctly, we dropped an additional edge loop out here. And then we had about 8 inside here, so let's just see where does that actually go. So that runs off down there, which is no good. So let's just isolate this here. So what we'll want to do is let's grab this, and we'll want this edge to run around, so we'll add in some additional geometry here to help us run around this corner instead. So we can now drop a loop inside there, which will then run down here. Looks like I might have missed there, so we'll go back here and here. And then that will allow us to delete this edge. So we've got a little bit more definition inside there, but still don't think it's quite going to reflect the same. It should be okay being a bit softer. What we could do is we could see, because if we run another one down, it's going to end up going along here, which is no good. Because we don't want any definition on this rear section, so that looks okay. That fin looks pretty good as well. Over here, what we could have a crack at doing is dragging this all the way up. Guess that's not as good. So what we'll want to do here, I think, is firstly let's just grab these points and push them a bit further over here. Okay. Let's drop this in here. We'll insert an edge loop down there, and that will allow us to get an edge loop in nice and close down here. And then we can drop in and move further over here. Okay, so that follows on all that nice and now up there. So I think that looks good. There's little bobbly bits which I'll work on in between episodes. Grab this and add this colour to it. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, so I think the only thing left to do is to create this section down here again. So what I'll do with this is I am going to fast forward as I build. I think everything else is looking pretty good in terms of smoothing. So what I'm going to do is put this together. I'll do a preview render, maybe add that to the end of this video so you can see what we're looking at just now with the body. After I've gone through this, in the next episode what we'll do is we'll work on the lights. So we'll maybe do the front lights first and then do the rear lights in the next episode after that. And then we've just got the exhaust and the honeycomb mesh to kind of add in as well, so we're looking pretty good. I'm getting fairly close to the end, finally. So I'll speed this bit up and I'll see you guys in the next one.